guys, Ruben Downright here. Today we are in the southernmost point of Singapore. We're in Sentosa. Now when you think of Sentosa, what do you think of? Sandy beaches, turquoise waters, blue skies, and of course, beautiful landed homes. Now in the past we've toured a number of landed houses, but mostly of the heritage shophouse variety. We've toured shophouses in Everton Road, we've toured shophouses in Emerald Hill, but this is the first time we're actually touring a detached landed home by the water's edge. This home right here has to be the largest home we've ever toured to date. Now just before we begin, we'd like to thank you guys for all the support on this channel thus far, as well as the listing agent Christina and the homeowners for allowing us to tour this beautiful home. If you guys are ready, let's get this show on the road. We've launched the Stack Store. You can now choose from a curated selection of over 25 local and overseas brands. Visit stackhomes.com/store now and refresh your home. Alright, so as we make our way to the front of the house, allow me to share a little bit more about the specs of this house with you guys. Now we've got 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, and this is set atop a land size of 7,894 square feet. So we've got 3 stories that features a waterfront view, a pool, a private dock of your own, and even an entire rooftop deck which can be customized to the owner's needs. Now the asking price starts from $24 million, and with that, let's begin at the entrance. Now out of these main doors, you actually head out to the front porch where you can fit between 3 to 4 cars as well as a buggy. Now this home is massive. In fact, you've got not just 1 but 2 living areas. Behind me we've got the staircase. We've also got a ground floor bedroom which we'll check out in just a bit. So we've got exquisite marble flooring that spreads through the entire first floor. We've got a 3.1 meter ceiling as well, which also accentuates the space right here. Now we're in the first living area. We've got 6-seater L-shaped sofas on either end, punctuated by these beautiful side tables. We've also got a nice coffee table as the centerpiece right here. Now this is really more of a hosting area. Right next to us is actually a bar counter, so it makes it very easy for homeowners to serve their guests. Now that's all very beautiful, but one thing I want to bring your attention to is the view right here. So you've got a pool that wraps around this side of the house and it culminates in an infinity edge, which essentially gives the homeowners a nice view of the waterfront. One thing I really appreciate as well is the beautiful mosaic tiles right here, which brings out a nice blue hue, which helps to contrast that stony facade on the side. Now, one thing I would like to add as well is that this place is directly accessible to your living area, something that both your guests and kids can enjoy. Now, as we head deeper into the house, notice the strip lighting right here, which kind of guides your eyes into the second part of the home. Now, one thing that I really appreciate about this house is the number of windows you have on either end. It's actually allowing it to feel a lot more area, so much more natural light coming in, unlike a lot of landed houses, which sometimes do seem pretty dark on the interior. So we're currently in the dining area. In front of me is a 10-seater dining set. We've also got overhanging pendant lights, which nicely demarcate the space. One thing I can imagine is guests on either end of the table will be able to appreciate the views, again because of the number of windows we have around the house. Now we've got console flush on either end. We've also got a window nook, which has been nicely furnished. To my left is the wet kitchen. Now it's finished in a U-shaped layout. Plenty of space so multiple people could fit in there at any one time. You've also got a lot of cabinetry, so tons of storage area. You've got a 5-burner gas hob as well, and perhaps more importantly, you have direct access to the outdoor service area. Now, because this house is so huge, the owners have the luxury of playing around with massive furnitures and plenty of empty space. Now, right here we've got 2 5-seater sofas which really demarcate the start of the second living area. We've got coffee tables in the middle, a couple of armchairs on either end as well. Now I would imagine that both the homeowners and guests would spend most of their time in this living area right here, and so in that mind frame it makes sense to have more sitting areas. As you can see right here, you've also got a day bed, a couple of armchairs on either end. Now, I know you guys are probably dying to head outside, so let's step out onto the back porch. Now heading out onto the back porch, we've got nice tiled flooring. It's also rather sizable, so you've got enough space for an outdoor furniture set right here. But what I want to bring your attention to is the way the pool wraps around this side of the house, essentially giving you the infinity edge view of the waterfront. Speaking of the waterfront, let's head down for a closer look. Now it's here that you get an experience unlike any other home in Singapore. You've got your own private lawn, you've got your dock where you can park your yacht, and instead of having your neighbors across the street, why not have neighbors across the water's edge? Now, if this is what ocean living is all about, well, I'm 100% all for it. And with that, let's head back into the house to check out the rest of the areas. Alright, so just before we head up the stairs to check out the rest of the home, I'd just like to point out the common bath really quickly. Now, this bath is the bath that your guests would essentially use. It's also a Jack and Jill layout, which then leads into this bedroom right here. Now, this bedroom is currently being used as a gym room. It also has direct access to the outside. And with that, let's head upstairs. Alright, so here we are on the second floor of the home. Now, coming up, I couldn't help but realize how much natural light there was coming into the space. Usually stairwells for me are a little bit darker, but due to the absence of the risers and the number of windows as well as the skylight, you really get so much light flooding into this space. Now, up the stairs is actually an entire rooftop area which you can customize to your needs. Now, let's have a look at the entertainment room. You've got this pool table as the centerpiece of this room, but that's not all. You actually have enough space on either ends for some armchairs. You've also got exposed shelving, and perhaps one thing that I would like to point out is the presence of this full-length glass windows with views over the streets as well as the greenery all around. Right opposite the entertainment area is this little transitory space right here. It almost serves as a private lounge area away from the main spaces we saw earlier. We've got a sofa here, a fridge, it's well equipped. We've also got 3 bedrooms on that end, but we'll check out this bedroom first. So this is the first bedroom of the second floor. You notice quite a long entryway coming in, so plenty of privacy in that regard. Now, because this room is so huge, it's split into 3 different areas. You've got a study area, you've got your bedside and your vanity as well. One thing I appreciate is that you have windows on both ends, so plenty of light coming through. But this view, in my opinion, is the best of the 2. So you've got looks over the entire waterfront area. This room comes with a bathroom of its own, and I think it's a good point now to add that every single bedroom in this house is ensuite. Now, you wouldn't think that a corridor of a house would be one of the nicest parts of the home, but have a look at this. I mean, at this point, it really just seems like the house makes the most of natural light, whether it's the stairwell, this little corridor right here. We've got tons of skylights allowing light to come through this space. Now, the room we were in before was the daughter's room. We are now heading into the son's room. Again, it's an ensuite bedroom. You've got space for a queen-size bed right here, easily a king if you so wished. You've got wardrobe space, study area at the end. You even have space for a sofa or a little lounge area. One thing to add as well is that there's direct access to the balcony, as well as views over the waterfront. Right, so before we head into the third bedroom, we come by this little pantry area. It's got a touring induction hob, under-counter fridge as well, so very self-sustainable area. Now, coming into this bedroom, it's been furnished as a guest bedroom. Again, very spacious. You've got a king-size bed, a study table. It fits about 2 to 3 different armchairs. And one thing I like about the full-length windows here is that they function almost like a Juliet balcony, so the windows can be opened up on either end. We've also got an ensuite bath, and with that, let's head into the master bedroom. And finally, it's time to have a look at the master bedroom. Now, this is massive, but just before I say anything else, I would just like to point out that that's where you'll find the master bathroom. Again, very sizable. You've got a his and her sink. You even have a bathtub / jacuzzi in there. But back to the present moment, again, this space is huge. You've got space for a vanity area right here. 6-meter ceilings, enough to even fit a chandelier. You have this entire space dedicated to a little lounge area, and in terms of storage space, you've got 9 panels of wardrobes. Now finally, on this end, you've got a king-size bed with plenty of bedside space for even more furnishings. And in terms of light coming in, you've got panels on 3 ends of this room, allowing so much natural light into the space. That being said, let's head out and check out the balcony. Right, so this balcony is massive. Again, it wraps around the entire master bedroom. So in that sense, you could store a couple of outdoor furniture, a couple of plants. But it's about late afternoon right now. The sun is kind of setting the horizon. And you've got a beautiful view over the water surface right here. You can hear the birds chirping, the ripples of the water. Overall, it's been a great experience, a beautiful home. Love the views. But now that we've seen all that the house has to offer, allow me to share a little bit more about the amenities around this space. This detached home is located along Ocean Drive and is part of a private landed community development that was built in 2005. You'll find a number of landed homes here, each with varying styles and facades. Now, because Ocean Drive is located on the east side of Sentosa Island, it's set away from the hustle and bustle of the tourist areas. Amenities-wise, it's just a few minutes walk away from Ocean Way, where you'll find a number of cafes and eateries which serve up various cuisines. There you'll also find a pet shop, a grocer's, as well as a wine store. For more shopping and lifestyle options, you can head to VivoCity, which is a 9-minute drive away. Recreation-wise, residents here will find themselves surrounded by nature and water. 1°15 at Marina is also just a 2-minute car or buggy ride away, while Tanjung Beach Club and the Sentosa Golf Club are both a 5 to 6-minute drive away. Now, regarding public transport, residents have the option of the Sentosa bus shuttle that runs throughout the island, as well as the Sentosa Express train that runs to VivoCity. As for those who drive, it takes 7 minutes to get to the West Coast Highway on-ramp. And so that officially wraps up the tour for today. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Now, just before we leave, we'd like to thank the listing agent Christina once again, as well as the homeowners for allowing us to tour this beautiful home. Now, if you'd like to find out more about the house, you can check out the link in the description box below. And with that, if you enjoyed this video, do consider giving us a like, comment down below with what you thought about this video, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.